Hi, this is Meza Grand Duchess Rasmus Coonan, also known as Ryan Tomlinson, Flowers and Feather, Fluffs and Tufts, on this beautiful Saturday morning, 11:33 a.m. after the gym. Um, Fitness First, Bethesda, 7900 Wisconsin Avenue, Bethesda, Maryland, and right here at the Starbucks at Norfolk Avenue in Bethesda. Well, I have one little quotation today to share with you. Truth, imprisoned, needs no escape. It harps and lives and lives like a star above the bars, and then rise to judge all who starve its heart in lark and hate. And I said this yesterday was my prayer day, and I thought it was all about the light of the Spirit and how to live the light of your spirit and not to let others, you know, you can observe it, but not let them infest you, or don't be led by them, led by your instincts, you want to call it, self-confidence, or whatever it is. Such as I started yesterday, you know, off track by something else, but I kept on track for my own self. Found fulfillment in doing what I was doing because I had to go outside of the regular place to conduct something personal and something inspirational and something all of the mind, body, and soul that you rejuvenate yourself once a week. Had to do that. And you know, while it must have been a little bit of a distraction to other people, sometimes it's the only way. In a community, you would do something like this also. But in my own way, I had to do this in not a particular place. And you know, you never can tell, as I said, my quotation said, you never can tell what the truth of you is or the spirit of you is unless you really, you know, you live truly and you seek truly to whatever it is that you are. I have one thing to say that I think is very poignant. We are all mothered and fathered to this world, but we will never know the influence that will hold us and hug us and take us above everything else. The truth of that influence, and that is what I'm getting at. You may have a hard time with some people, but it may be the best person that instills values, loyalty, and things that should reinforce what humanity is really about, and not the shallowness of it. And the shallowness, you know, materialism has a certain shallowness to it. I like material things, but I don't live in the shallowness of it. Appreciate it. And so for where I'm going, that we are all mothered and fathered to society and so forth and so forth. I will never know the death of my mother because we parted in this life because of value, ethics, and integrity. And in my opinion, what I think a mother is, she's not. And so therefore, we separate ways. Peace be with them. They have 4 other children. Good for her. I wish her the best in life. I will never know her death because her death, the death of her ideology, her values, and so forth, came like the death of the army to me. Of nothingness, in nothingness, and of no confidence. Just a consequential relationship. So forth, I will never know the death of her. So she lived in her own death. And I do not need to know. And I'm not emotionally wrapped around her or anything that revolves around her and so forth. And this is not to say something bad. This is just how life is, and how I embraced life, and how I had to grow positively away from negative influence. Remember, you're a being that deserves to live and survive. You are valued, and you have to find that value in yourself, and not let a mother say that you are not worth it or worthless or whatever. You are worth it as long as you're true and you're good to what you're doing and you follow the letter of the law. My father died. And still, I don't know the death of him. In that sense, as growing up, I contested his intelligence, but he imposed it on me. I didn't understand his kindness because of his outward appearance. And you know, children can be very judgmental. When you see something, it doesn't look good, that means it's not good. But I embraced it. I learned to accept it. I learned to reconcile with it. And I found a way to deal with it in his life. Then he died. And I still don't know the death of him. Because in his death, he lived again in his principles and his values. He lived again the things that he told me. He lived again to be this larger than life person that I never expected him to be. And so therefore, in those things, the father, that, life is so dichotomous. The mother is a living dead, and the father is a living life. And so therefore, I take this, I think it's very poignant. It's a very poignant thing. It's a very intricate thing. Because whatever you believe in, the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, Muhammad, or whatever, you can never judge, going back to the old saying, you can never judge a book by its cover. And this father that died, his principles and his morals and everything that I believe in is truth. He said, tell the truth all the time. People will call you this, they will hesitate, they will come against you, and they will fall down on you like a top of rollers. But if you stick to it, you will grow larger than that life. And in that sense, the father has grown more than the mother. And the mother is dead. Dead like the integrity, dead in honesty, dead living in deceit, and living our own little world. And so therefore, what are the mothers and fathers of your life? How do they play to affect your persona, to become, to be, to embrace the truth of your reality? I said, life have a lot of dichotomous expectations. But the truth about living well is quite dichotomous. But it's wise to the spirit of truth. It's wise to love. And so whoever embrace it and let it go in peace finds new life again. And as I will say, I do not know the death of my father, although he's dead. Because in death, he gave me a new life. Ring a bell? I'm not trying to go all Christian on you. This is my experience. Some of you believe in supernatural, psychics, and whatever. There is, I believe in some of that. But I'm not going to use that to nail a point to you. I'm just going to say principle, ethics, and values. You can never understand where it comes from. And the sum total of what love is, and how you'll experience it, and how it will take you over obstacles and triumph, is how you was mother and father. And if it's not your mother and father, then it's what you believe and how you personalize it and where it will take you. This is me, the Grand Duchess Rasmus Kunin from Starbucks, Norfolk Avenue, Bethesda, Maryland, right across from the Jetty's Sandwich Shop. Have a good day. 240-274-0156. I cannot be apologetic to her or to anybody. It is what it is. The truth. We learned this little thing in school. Speak the truth and speak it forever. Cause it what it will. He who hides the wrong he did does the wrong thing still. And henceforth no reconciliation. Peace be with you. Have a good day. Truth in prison needs no escape. You may be imprisoned, but truth needs no escape. It harps and lives ENLIVED, a star above the bars. Then rise and judge all who starve its heart in LARK and hate. Have a good day.